Interesting topics, engaging conversations, inspiring messages, making a difference. It's life, health, family, marriage, divorce, and so much more. Heart of a Woman.
Hi everyone, welcome to Heart of a Woman. I am Shorn Des Vignes Daniel, and it's always a pleasure being on set with you, discussing issues and topics that concern women. And today on set is our guest. She's been here before, Melissa Agbeko.
Yes.
Now, Melissa, before we say anything, I really want to just let our guests know again, because this is the second time you've been here with us, a little bit about you. She's a health coach from the Institute for Integrated Nutrition.
Correct.
Yes. And a certified trichologist, hair and scalp specialist.
Yes.
That's what a trichologist
Correct, yes.
is. And she's passionate about health, especially women's health, and the effects that health has on hair, skin, and your general well-being.
Correct.
And
yes.
that's just a little bit about my dear friend Melissa.
Thank you so much,
Melissa,
Shorn.
it's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Shorn.
And we were just saying that when we get together, we talk about 100 things in probably 10 seconds.
Yes,
we talk about, because we have a lot of things in common. Now, I love how you've thrown yourself into all the things concerning health and healthy living, and I am always excited when you have a post on Facebook, and I'm always reading, because the things that you will share comes from the heart.
Thank you.
But before we get into this, Melissa, I've known your dad, and God bless him, and I know your mommy as well. You are such a peaceful being.
Thank you.
No, I have to say that. Where does this come from?
Wow. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much, Shorn, for having me. It really is an amazing thing, always getting together with you, to speak about topics that are dear to us.
Yes.
Now, where does my peace come from? I think it was a learned habit, and having gone through different experiences in my life, I think my greatest peace came from, and I think many people will think it's strange, my greatest peace came from the passing of my father.
Right.
And he passed away in my arms incidentally.
Oh.
And for many people, that may have been a traumatic event. It was traumatic, however, I was not traumatized by it.
Yes.
I think I was being prepared for that occurrence, in that when he transitioned in my arms, I was at peace, and there was nothing else I could have feared. Nothing else that could have occurred in this world or is yet to happen can I fear.
Yeah.
Because I think the ultimate fear that we have is maybe the loss of a loved one. And I experienced it a day last year.
Yes.
And I just had peace. I just had peace because I think I was being prepared for it. And I have just let that peace, infuse my entire life.
You can see that on your face, and when we would share, I could only imagine that your father would have imparted a lot of knowledge and things about life, because I will have a lot of conversation with him as well. Very interesting man. Yeah, so
thank you.
He was truly a blessing.
Thank you very much.
He's truly a blessing.
Thank you.
So, my dear, as a health coach, and I know I asked you this before, but what inspired you to pursue that?
I think I have always been on that journey toward health, and I would have started off my quest for learning about things came from experiencing my own challenges. So one of the major challenges that I would have experienced health-wise was having hair loss.
Really?
I had hair loss. That is why I became a trichologist. So in my quest for searching for answers to my issue, I was able to link my hair loss to certain dietary issues that I would have had. I was diagnosed as being anemic when I was very young. In my teens, I should say. And we never really make the connection between what is happening on the outside, what is happening on the inside. What happens is that our bodies view our hair as an accessory appendage. So it's like a pair of earrings or a headband that you may put on your head, and it's an accessory appendage because it's there to beautify us. So the thing is, I was losing my hair, long beautiful strands of hair. This was after having traveled back home from studying, you know, coming to see my dad when he was sick a few years ago, and being under stress and losing my hair. It wasn't the volume that it used to be, and my quest for answers came through searching for what exactly was happening, and I was able to make the link between my being anemic and having some stress to my losing my hair. And then diet has a critical part to play. So when I found the term trichology, I had never heard of the term trichology before.
With that, you know, trichology. What's that?
Correct.
It sounds like something painful.
And some people think I say psychology until I actually spell the word for them. Trichology. So a trichologist is a person who specializes in hair and scalp issues. So I would have sought answers, several answers, and more peace came when I found out exactly what was happening. And sometimes when that knowing comes, and when you found answers to your problems, then you are better empowered to help somebody who is having a similar issue. So that's exactly why I would have studied the field of trichology. So I'm a certified trichologist, and women who are experiencing different types of hair loss for whatever reason. We have hair loss for different types of reasons. It could be as a result of having a child. It could be as a result of having stress. It could be something genetic. So once you are able to pinpoint exactly what is causing the hair loss, then you're better empowered to deal with whatever issue that you're having.
But let's just look at stress and hair loss in women. We are extremely stressed as women. We take on a lot. You know, we play so many different roles in one day.
Correct.
That is a lot. What advice would you give to women, especially as someone and you don't have kids as yet, but you studied and know all the other things that's going on in your life? What advice would you give to women, and how do we manage that kind of stress? How do we manage stress?
Correct. I would say definitely create balance. Create balance. Have something outside of maybe your work and your home environment that fuels you.
Yes,
we spoke about
fueling. We can touch on that a little bit.
Find something else, whether it's movement. I don't want to say exercise. Maybe sometimes the word exercise conjures.
Scare a lot of people.
Yes, it does. So physical movement, you know, having a spiritual practice. I remember something that really fueled me was doing hiking, and doing hiking with my significant other, and that's something I loved. Being out in nature and experiencing nature is something that it rejuvenated me. So have that outlet where you can balance these energies. These energies.
And that's what I think, you know, that we don't think about balance, but there's balance in nature, there's balance in everything, and in our lives we need to have balance. And I would say from my experience as well, and I share with you that on a Monday I try not to move.
I understand.
When I say not to move, I mean just find that day to do nothing. And nothing for me could be different for nothing for you. Nothing for me meaning getting up, do my devotion, go to the gym, have my breakfast, and whatever else happens. No plans, nothing. That is my nothing
and that's
day.
Fine.
And that's fine. And
that's fine.
And there was a time in my life when I would feel extremely guilty that I didn't work that day. I didn't clean the house, I didn't do the laundry, I didn't do whatever. But now I'm learning because a few people that have known my age have passed on, and not that they were sick, but
Stress.
who would drop dead because it, and I'm thinking, you know, life is very, very short. And after having health experiences myself, I decided that no, this doesn't make any sense.
I quite
So
agree.
yeah, so we really need to manage and balance whatever works for you.
That's true. Something as simple as taking 20 minutes between finishing work and getting home, taking just 20 minutes to half an hour for yourself before you
Yes.
get back home to dealing with family and children and so on. Just taking those 20 minutes for yourself to do whatever you
Yes.
need to get done,
Yes.
to be able to, or just to, it helps you transition better
Of course.
from the work environment to the
Yeah.
home environment, and it helps you to switch hats, especially for women, from that masculine dominated energy to a more
Yes.
feminine energy,
Yes, which
where
is
we
a
need that
completely
energy. Correct.
different thing, and a lot of people will take that home with them.
Yes.
So as we're discussing, you know, your health and you, because this is the topic we keep following back up on from our previous, we did some fitness, so we're talking about general health and how our diets can affect us. So let's talk about eating.
Yes.
I have this doctor, and he would say to me, Shorn, food tastes good, so that is why people eat. And I had an experience over the weekend. I spent the weekend with family out of Tobago, and we had a lovely get-together and a delicious meal. And I was saying to my daughter, I said, why is it the things that not good for you taste so good? Because we had ribs and all that stuff, and those are things I don't eat. But you know what was the experience? Because I don't eat barbecue, and I don't eat pork and those things. And those things for me are not religious reasons. They just don't feel good when I put it in my body. So, you know, it was there, and you didn't want anybody to feel bad or anything. So I would partake of what was there, but of course in small amounts. And I'm saying, my goodness, this tastes good. But after consuming it, I felt tired, listless, you know. I really wanted to go to bed at that time, wasn't having much fun after a while. And I'm thinking, we really need to know what your body needs and what to feed your body with.
That's correct. You know, I think our society has taught us to eat food that tastes good. If it doesn't taste good, I don't want it. And that has been our downfall, because we are left with so many non-communicable diseases, you know, that are as a result of eating poorly over a continued period, you know. So it's about striking a balance.
Yes.
If you just said you felt listless, you felt your energy was low afterward, and that's something that we don't pay attention to when we eat.
We have a phrase for that. We have a phrase for that.
I like to call it ethnic fatigue.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So ethnic fatigue is something that we have come to accept, and it doesn't. It's not that we've accepted it, but doesn't say that it's a normal.
Exactly.
It's a normal thing to experience.
Yes.
You know, it's so different. You know, we eat the way, for example, a typical Sunday lunch. After we have consumed a typical Sunday lunch, macaroni pie, callaloo, you know, baked chicken, baked pork, stew this, stew that, and we can go on, peas.
And a lot of everything, when you think about it, a lot of sugar.
Lots of sugar and lots of flavoring, lots of cooking butters, lots of salt, lots of MSG in everything.
Yes.
And the thing is, it tastes good. She could really cook. We hear those
Your
things.
taste
She could really
buds are
cook.
dancing.
They are dancing. They're jumping.
They're jumping
because they're overstimulated. There are too many things that the taste buds are encountering, and it's firing off.
Yes, because I remember in our little family get together, my aunt was sitting next to me, and everybody turned and looked at her because she was like, she didn't even recognize it. She was, I mean, the food really tastes.
It is.
Like, wow, you know?
It's almost like an addiction, you know?
It is, yeah.
So we have to learn how to choose our foods and listen to how our bodies feel after having eaten a meal.
Yes.
So, for example, I've done this deliberately. When I eat more plant-based meals, I cue into exactly how I feel afterward, and my energy is high. I feel good.
Nice.
As opposed to eating something which is laden with sugar and salt and so on. After I'm finished, I can't catch myself.
Right.
I'm no good for myself.
So remember that
Yes.
we're coming back and so we spoke about those things that make us have the ethnic fatigue. We're going to be talking about plant-based stuff.
Yes.
So guys, we're taking a quick break and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Heart of a Woman.